What's up guys, Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review. Today we're doing another YBY1 VOD review because he's still doing these global scrims, actually like completely stacked lobby here. Look to the right, Maris, Boss of Skills, Terry, Sangyup, Jazz, Latte, Stellar Minhee, and Bintum. Like a really good mix actually of different regions. We got APAC, NA in here, I guess like mostly APAC and NA, and then yeah, I believe that's these are all APAC and NA, but I mean those are the two best regions, honestly. I mean let's be real. Yeah. All right. This game I'm excited to watch from Mr. YBY1 because he played into one of these comps that I yapped about it all last patch, and you can already see we have a fantastic opener into Vanguards with Kogmaw, and so you can kind of see what direction we might be thinking about going this game. The sword and the glove, I actually don't love these so much as components if you do want to play Kogmaw Reroll. I really like Cloak for stuff like Krakens. Bow is probably the single most important one. Glove can still be Guard Breaker or Striker's Flows as it's called now, but the sword's like not that amazing. You don't want to build like an IE. Maybe we could end up going a Gunblade here, but I mean certainly not as a first item. So I do think our slams are actually a tad bit awkward to play Kogmaw, so I'm curious to see if we end up into Kogmaw Reroll, if we end up into something else here. As far as first augments go, I mean you could actually take the one cost reroll augment here and play into Kogmaw reroll. It's pretty easy to play it with Kogmaw. You're playing 4 one costs, usually Cog, Kindred, Vi, and the Silas. So it's actually not bad, but we're gonna opt for the Latent Forge here. The idea being, we don't have a great opener. We're gonna be playing, not super win streak anyway. Maybe if we had an item slam or a Kogmaw 2, we could play more for win streak. But without that, we don't have the strongest early game board, so we might as well just take the Latent Forge. And there are also some really broken artifacts in this comp. So honestly, let me pull up my Explorer here. This will take a little bit longer because I am traveling on my laptop tiff here. But yeah, I really just wanted to put in Kogmaw, Vi, and I mean really that's enough. Oh, I see. I need to connect my Patreon. Okay, you guys better be thankful because I'm doing so much editing to get this stuff working. It's really not that much editing, but it's enough that it's annoying. But yeah, I wanted to pull this up because there are a ton of actually fantastic artifacts. So I just have Kogmaw plus Garner plus Vine, the filters. I don't want to get too in the weeds here, but we obviously have Flicker Blade as a very common, very good one onto Kogmaw. You also have an Ending to Spare both onto Vi and onto the Skarner, which is really fantastic because you're playing for big shields on these guys. Stuff like Tricksters and Light Shield, fine. Then you also have a decent number of other like fine options on Kogmaw if you don't get Flicker Blade. You have stuff like Snipers, Fishbones, Hull Crusher is fine as well. Titanic Hydra, interestingly enough on the stats. I guess it kind of makes sense. He autos a lot, and you have him 3-star. Even Wit's End's, fine in the stats. So this is, I wonder if YBY1 would go as far to say this might be the best silver augment in the game for this comp, just because of the number of artifacts that you can use in this comp, and because of the fact that oftentimes you don't really care to play for win streak in this comp. You want to pick up a good component off Carousel here. You're playing one cost reroll, so yeah, you might as well just kind of chill a little bit. Also, I don't know who this person that he's just pulled up here is. Is he like auditing a Twitch chatter or something? This is a very strange AI generated profile picture, but okay. We pick up the Cog 2. We are at a crossroads here. Do you want to sell the Skarner here to make 10 gold? I think it's a pretty easy yes, just because obviously Skarner 3 is important, but making your first 10 is really important here, but we'll see here what YBY1 wants to do if he does want to prioritize holding the Skarner. I mean, the big upside is you do get to play for a much stronger board, on level up next round, but yeah, I think you have to sell the Skarner there. I think that makes sense. You also do have an extra augment here. This is the portal where you get another augment here, so we will we'll see what we want to take here. I mean, certainly not a prize fighter. Support crest is fine, or support item is fine, but neither of those are very good. We could, I would be interested in taking a what is this one called? The one that gives you interest. When you make interest, you get 7 HP per interest that you're making here. I like this augment a lot in this comp. The only downside is we've obviously wasted 2 fights for it, but yeah, he is going to pick it up here. I love it in this comp. Idea being, of course, investment strategy, right? Yes. It's like there's investment strategy, and then there's another one that has like a similar, it has a very similar icon, the one where you punch and then you get the gold back. The one that gives Omnivamp, and then when you do enough damage, you get the gold back. That one has another like I've said it too many times, but Riot Games, if you're listening, we set 15. We need all the augment icons to be like meaningfully different so that I am not getting mixed up with which augment is which anymore. Like I know it's not a big deal, but also it is, but also it's not. But investment strategy, fantastic in this comp because Vanguards, their shield scales off their HP. So build up a bunch of HP onto them, feel really good. We get a bow off carousel here for YBY1, which is pretty nice. Like I talked about, probably the single most important component here. We can make the Gwinsus here. I would say in Kogmaw, you're usually looking for one Gwinsu, one Kraken as your items on Kogmaw because, I mean, the Kraken I think is the most important. We pop Anvil here. We get Rapid Fire, no Vanguard +1, which I think is what YBY1 was hoping for here. I mean, you could take Rapid Fire +1 and then it makes it a lot easier to play 4. I think maybe can is an exaggeration. I think you have to take this +1 here. And ooh, this is an interesting call from YBY1. Makes the full IE slam here and is going to try to play for streak with this board because the board's not bad. We have some upgrades on this board. You know, we have a Cog 2 with great items. We are going to lose here, so we do get a little bit, I don't know if I want to say punished, but maybe punished in this spot here. There is also this other person who looks like they're maybe trying to contest Kogmaw reroll. I want to go back and look at their spot again because it's pretty weird. I mean, that person obviously not yet. It's the person right before them, this guy, because they do have shock glitch. I mean, the world is their oyster. This is Bintum. He made Divinicore +1, so okay, we're fine. That guy's not Kogmaw. And there's no one else, right? Unless Terry was another Kogmaw guy. Yeah, okay, so we're good. We're uncontested in Kogmaw. Yeah, he's just doing a quick scout here to see what everybody got as far as emblems. Nothing insane to write home about, I would say here, but I mean, it is going to make this game a lot higher cap, allowing people who, you know, this is Bintum here. He makes that Divinicore +1, and he's playing into the comp that we talked about in the last VOD, where YBY1 played this like Divinicore Garen board, something very similar going to come out of Bintum there, which is very annoying for us here. You know, team planner out the dudes. I mean, pretty good that we're already 5 cogs here without obviously having rolled it all. Wait, he got another? Where did he get the second Divinicore spat for? Oh, he was branching out and then he got Divinicore off of the tome. That's hilarious here. Another bow here, not bad here. Yeah, I think you have to make this. Ooh. What is that? Is he going to full reforge blue buff, or is there some secret blue buff holder in this comp that I'm not thinking of? I mean, you could full reforge it. You could wait a little bit while. I don't think you really want another tier here, but full reforge sounds kind of awful to me. And like tier can at least be frontline item, right? It could be like a vow, it could be a redemption, or you know what was once redemption. It's looking like he's kind of thinking about making this. He's gonna blue buff the Vi here. I don't. Is there a late game holder of this in this comp? I don't think so. I'm really curious to see where this blue buff goes later, because that is a bit weird from, oh, and also, I saw something in chat that reminded me of something in YBY1's chat. All right, next augment here. I'm actually surprised he's looking at rolling over this so quickly, because I mean, getting the extra stats on all of your Vanguards as other units die, I mean, it seems fine to me. You're playing pretty high vertical in this comp with 6 Vanguard. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he does really quickly. I mean, I don't think it's ever teaming up here. I mean, I guess you could use it to hit like a 3-star 2 cost, but like using your teaming up dupes on 1 cost just feels bad. Wow, huh. I mean, goes to, all right. We are going to pick up teaming up here. And we're just going to use it for the duplicators. I mean, what the fuck is that, man? What is all of this weird AI YBY1? Okay, in any case. I mean, it's a great YBY1 dog. That's okay. In any case, I mean, I think the idea with this duplicator must be, I would never take this in this spot, but I mean, it's making me think more about taking this augment more frequently. The idea must be, we're going to roll on level 5, we're going to find Kogmaw 3, and we're going to find Vi 3. Naturally, on level 5, we're not going to use any duplicators for that. And then these duplicators are going to be used to find the Skarner 3, which oftentimes is a little bit awkward in this comp. Sometimes you hit your 1 cost quickly, and then you're kind of like stuck out, like, do I really roll for Skarner at this point after I've hit everything? Especially as far as like itemizing him, it's kind of difficult. So I think this actually does do a decent job of kind of bridging that economic gap and getting you to Skarner 3, which is one of the big caps for this comp, is allowing yourself to hit all of the 3 stars, because if you aren't hitting stuff like Skarner 3, you're just not strong enough. There's the cloak here for the Krakens. Hopefully we can pick it up. Yep, we grab it here. Oh, and the other thing I didn't go too in depth about, but the IE slam I thought was quite interesting. I mean, I think the idea behind that is, 1, he wanted to play for streak even though he lost his streak immediately, and 2, this item is not great on Kogmaw. Let's pop this here and see what our item is here. I mean, I think it just has to be the Fishbones here. Remember we were looking at the stats. Fishbone's pretty solid onto Kogmaw. Can allow him to just kind of randomly snipe out some guys, which is not bad. The other option when we were looking at the stats would be the one that duplicates the unit, and then you can just throw that onto like a very solid frontliner. Decent enough here. But I mean, because we are getting Artifact here, you can move this over later. The problem is I'm still like, especially in the traditional version of this comp where you don't have Rapid Fire +1, you're really not that excited to move this over to to have another duo carry essentially. With Rapid Fire +1 though, we can maybe get to like, oh, we're, putting items on a rapid fire, for rapid fire Zeri, and then she's doing some work. I mean, it seems fine enough. But yeah, we are going to move oh, wow. Wait a minute. He actually moves the IE up to Vi, goes for the full Reforge on the IE plus the blue buff, and actually gets giga rewarded here. I mean, that's just a YBY1 diff. The full Reforge into Declaw Morello. I mean, this is almost perfect. It's a tank item plus a heal cut item. You lacked both of those before. I mean, this is just a YBY1 diff. No one else could reforge like that. Because, there's so many bad options, right? Imagine if we rolled this into, JG plus Death Cap or something. We would just FF on the spot. But then it wouldn't be a fun VOD review. So, YBY1 knows that. He knows he's the main character of TFT. So, he knows I'm just going to go for the full reforge. And, if I'll never miss because my name is YBY1. So, fair enough. And now the spot looks fantastic. So, yeah, all this IE talk that we were doing is kind of moot at this point here. Gotta hit Kogmaw this round. And you really don't want to use these. Okay, he's gonna use a dupe. He's gonna use a dupe onto Kogmaw here. I was kind of interested in seeing because we have 4 Skarners now, and we're still getting another dupe. I would have been really tempted to greed that last dupe and then just roll here, but it's a lot of gold that you do lose rolling for Kogmaw here, and you're losing investment strategy value. You lose so much actually rolling down here for the Kogmaw. So this is the idea: is we can just take this spike now and be happy. Last augment here, got to be Spirit Links, I would think, and yep, just an immediate take from YBY1. I mean, not only is this a really good augment because the idea behind this comp is you play an essentially infinitely tanky frontline, and then you have Kogmaw scale up and kill everybody. So not only does it help with that, but we are also scaling up all of this HP with investment strategy, which is making Spirit Links do more every single, it's percent-based healing. And so the more HP you have, the more it heals. So, I mean, probably the single best last augment. I mean, I think YBY1's augment selection in this game has been fantastic and is really a masterclass in what the broken augments are in this comp. We don't have augment stats anymore, but we have YBY1 to show us the way to just, if he picks it, it's probably pretty good. Okay, so we take a loss here, down to 62 HP. It's a tad awkward here because we really do need to start pushing levels at this point. It's just the same one, but he's red. What? Okay. Okay. We need to push level and get 6 Vanguard. And one of the biggest spikes for this board is 6 Vanguard. You get this kind of small spike when you hit, decent spike when you hit Kogmaw 3 and Vi 3, and we've hit that here. But you really, really, really need to make it to 6 Vanguard. The upside with Rapid Fire +1 is we can do that on level 7 instead of level 8 here. So that feels really, really good. The only downside is that obviously, once we push level 7, it's going to be harder to find the Skarner. But I do think you would just have to go straight there, especially from this spot here. Looking at Giant's Belt here, kind of interestingly, so we have Bow plus Glove plus Belt Open. I think we do need to finish a tank item here. I was thinking Even Shroud, though. I'm kind of surprised he was looking at that. I mean, or maybe something else here. Tear? What is Tear? I mean, it can be Spirit Visage, I guess, which is, I mean, it's healing. We do get the 6 Vanguard in, which is really, really nice. We do still have this LW open, which is kind of interesting that we just sat and not slammed it. I mean, there is this this idea that, ooh, wait, this is kind of woke here. Rapid Fire, Void Staff, Skarner. What? I don't know how to analyze that. This is a YBY1 only tech. Do not do this if your name isn't YBY1. I mean, Boobots do magic damage, and so getting a Mars Shred is nice. But if you look at the damage chart to the right, you're gonna see Kogmaw's damage is overwhelmingly physical. So why are we building Void Staff before we're even building Armor Shred? Yeah, I don't know about this. Maybe this is the secret. I mean, okay, honestly, maybe this is some secret tech. I mean, it's going to amplify the Skarner damage. It's going to amplify the Boombot damage. I mean, just trust the process from YBY1. I mean, sometimes he does straight up troll stuff, but I mean, the Skarner's nice just sitting back, going with those ults. We do get absolutely cleared by this Graves board, which is, I would say, to be expected. The Skarner damage looking pretty pitiful here, but we're not yet Skarner 3, so we at least have that to go for. We also locked Shop here. We have Renekton in Shop, which is, I mean, obviously the Rapid Fire Dream, the only problem with that is that he's he doesn't naturally fit on this board. He's not a Vanguard, he's not a Boombot, he's not a Rapid Fire. And so to actually fit Renekton in here, you'd have to level up to the next level, which is going to make things a bit difficult here. We do have double tank items if we want to make it. We can make Warmogs here, plus like a Gargoyle, what else do we have? Bramble here. Yeah, Bramble looks very, very nice with the Declaw. So we can do this at least. We're going to remove her here. Okay, move these items over. Okay, so it's not a secret Skarner tech. We're going to move these items over to Jarvan. I love this positioning, by the way. I think this is something that's kind of neglected, is just the stun effect from Rost here. It just allows you to do a really, really nice job of, like, if there is somebody who's going to jump to backline like a Shaco, the Rost can sometimes catch that Shaco and then stun them, which is I mean, it's always good. We are also doing, I don't think we were doing this full anti-Zed positioning, but we are doing this kind of anti-Zed positioning here where, I mean, I think if they place Zed in the normal third hex, it will still teleport to the edge. But I did see there was a Twitter post I'll have to go find it. Somebody, maybe something. No, you can't post links in my comments. But there was a cool Twitter post from a player who was showing kind of like anti-Zed positioning, and the idea was kind of like put your unit in the corner, put a unit in front of them, and then kind of spread out front line. The idea being, normal Zed positioning, he'll kind of like dash back and forth between your front liners. I'll try to find it and throw it in the description, because it almost looks like that was what YBY1 wanted to do there, though not really. Aphelios is going to come in on this board for now. He's Golden Ox, which is pretty cool. I don't really know what else he is on this board. I mean, yeah, I think your dream is obviously to get to a 4 rapid fire setup. I mean, that's a very, very high cap that you can get to. Allows you to use some extra damage items. Also, is just a lot more stacking for the Kogmaw. I mean, Marksman +1 would be hilarious, but I don't know if you can pick that up here. I mean, we already have Heal Cut. Sterak's is in general a very good item on Tavai. You would have to move on your tank item somewhere else. What is going on in this game? Anima Squad +1 is a take here. I mean, it's free, right? You can play it if you find a Leona. Normally, in this slot that you have Aphelios in, you can actually fit in. And we're actually really close to Skarner 3 as well. Hopefully we can pick that up on the way. Normally in this spot, you can move items over, and yeah, we're gonna take Anima Squad, take Blasters, and you can play Aurora. That's what I like to play. Finishes out Anima Squad on this board, and it's just a really, really good extra unit. We are gonna take a pretty bad loss here. I mean, it's fine. It's a Spirit League's loss here. I don't know, YBY1, we need to stop messing around here. We need to get our board looking good. I mean, it almost looks like he's just trolling in some of these rounds. We do pick up a lot of the rest of the stuff here. We find Aphelios too, who I guess is just gonna be our rapid fire emblem holder. This is wild. But I mean, this is the idea, is that, I mean, he keeps Golden Ox with Jarvan, so he's getting, Golden Ox value. He also, I mean, he uses the attack speed very well, so this is the idea. And for whatever reason, his items are Morello Void Staff, which I can't really give you a good reason why the Void Staff was built, but I mean, sometimes really good players do crazy things, and there's not an explanation for it. This fight really close, but we do end up picking up the dub there, which is really, really big deal. And Bintum ends up going out in 8th here, which kind of funny because Bintum was the guy who was originally maybe thinking of playing Kogmaw Reroll, then got the double Divinicore +1s, but just wasn't able to pull it together in the end, which is hilarious. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna roll more on 8, try to pick up our Skarner 3, which should be a big upgrade here. Even the Silas 3 is not bad. It's just kind of like a dumb frontliner that you can build. Leona 2, obviously bigger than Skarner 3, or not than Skarner 3, but bigger than Leona, than Silas 3 here. You can move Anima over and put the Bramble there. I mean, might as well. Anima Squad gives a little bit of sat, so you might as well put it there. Ooh, look at this positioning to try to get away from potential Zeds. Wow, this is smart. So, I mean, the idea is the further up you put Kogma, the harder it is for Zed to ult him, because he is ulting the furthest unit. And so put him in that cubby there, and he's basically, it's going to be very hard for him to receive a Zed ult. Here, it's going to be very hard. He almost pinged for some reason, but okay. Pick up a dub here. Top 4 actually locked it for YBY1. And now we just got to see how high we can cap this game. If we can go for, I don't know. I mean, that is a very scary Zac with a treasure chest and a Garen too. I mean, this looks like YBY1's game from the other game where he's just playing a Giga capped level 9 board. They got Boombot +1 as well, Hunter Killer missiles. Yeah, I don't think we're beating this board. That board looks insane, but maybe we can salvage something better than a 4th if we can win this fight against Bosso skills. Yeah, I mean, this could be the difference between top 4 and top 3. Could be even top 3 and top 2 if depending on how the rest of the fights end up shaking out. We do have 1 HP here with Spirit links, maximum spirit links value. So you got to at least be happy about that. All right, we actually keep the Kogmaw on this side here. This is, I mean, a pretty decently strong Vexotech board. They have a Roar 2 and everything. So we'll see. We really just need our front line to keep holding up here. And I don't know. I mean, she's holding the line fantastically. Oh my God. Look at this Vi's just not taking damage with spirit links. I don't want to look at damage there. I want to look at tankiness. I don't know how the Vi lived so long. I mean, it's just spirit links value plus all the extra HP that you've pumped into her the entire game. I mean, and it's a fight win. That is insane. Okay, Mars did beat Songyup. I mean, just with HP totals, I do think it's going to be a pretty tough, sell to get us to a top 2 here, especially because we're about to fight Mars. Maybe we fight Clone here, but looks tough. We need to keep the Skarner on the same side here, and I don't know, hope that we like explode them somehow. I mean, you probably want to be same side as Garen just so that you can kill him fast enough, but maybe we can blow through this front line and get to the Urgot. I mean, that's the dream, but some dreams are just that, just dreams. Well, still a solid third from YBY1. A fun game showing off some of the most, the best augments in this comp. I would say, as 1 cost reroll, you're generally playing for a top 4, so not crazy to see a top 4 from YBY1, and especially a very capped lobby. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch, my Metafy, all my other links down below. If you guys are commenting down below, you say, Sub-Zero, I really like your shirt. Where did you get it? It's actually by a Swedish designer. I have the name here. His name is Carl Johan de Geer. He's he's like the guy who kind of created this pattern, and then they worked with a Swedish brand to turn into clothing. Pretty cool, right? It's just a little memento from my time here in Sweden. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.